Hi everyone. I'm going to go over my trade from JUNO this morning. And as you can see, I've already got my order in 33.60, and that was based on what I saw here, what I was looking at in the price action. You see, I just got hit. And this looked like it was ready to roll over. I like the fact that we got the little wick up to the upside where it tested the 9 and the VWAP and it failed. So that gave me, a pretty good indication that this was going to roll over. And that's why I got in when I did. I didn't wait for a retest or anything like that because I just liked what I saw. And I got in. So you see, and right now you'll be able to see, where the P&L runs along with, the price action. You'll be able to see what happened because this is a good video to kind of give you a feel for the range of emotions that we go through trading with a small account. I could only take 300 shares. I could have gone 350, or whatever, but 300 was good. I was comfortable with that. And my stop was a close above the VWAP at the time, which was around what was it? It was around 34, I believe. Right around 34. So that was my stop. And then my target, there was a support at $33. And that was going to be my support. And that was going to be my profit target. And you'll see me, once the trade starts working, you'll see me put an order out at 33.05. That was where I wanted to cover. I'll put it out a couple of cents ahead of the level. Sometimes it'll break it, it'll blow past it, and it won't get filled. I can exit it and then kind of fly by the seat of my pants, but I'll never let it go back above, whatever my target is. And you'll see in this case, I had to pretty much change everything that I was thinking at the moment. Okay, so now we've got a green candle and it's looking pretty strong here. So at this point, yeah, I'm kind of concerned about it. And unfortunately, I have my P&L up, for this video purposes, and I'm looking at it. And it's a bad habit I had. And you'll see I've changed my order montage to market, and I've got my cursor right there on buy. I'm ready to click it and get out. I'm down $75, $80. And this, I wanted it to resolve, a little bit quicker, but it didn't. And we're making higher lows and higher highs. So I'm concerned that this is going to pop up. So any, good pops, my finger's on the trigger and I'm ready to get out of this. And this is what happens. Had I not been watching my P&L and I didn't have any clue of where I was, I wouldn't have my finger on the trigger because it hasn't closed above the 20 of the VWAP. I mean the 9 of the VWAP. It's barely was testing it. So then this is what I expect. Because market makers can see that. A lot of us saw this candle And I'm pretty sure I wasn't the only one who looked at that and said, hey, it's gonna roll over, it's time to get short. I'm pretty sure I wasn't the only one to see that. And so the market makers said, hey, we can push this up. We take out some of these stop losses that's going to be over the 9 and over the VWAP, or even the ones that are, right on the 20, that are using the 20 for a stop. You've got automated trading platforms out there that it can follow the 20. It'll have a moving stop based on the 20 or the 9 or whatever. And you'll see some trades before they make a move run up and tap, or run down and tap these moving averages. And all they're doing is really taking out the stop losses that were there. So we're still down pretty good, 81 bucks. I'm kind of sweating it. But I see that I've got the 20 up here. And then based on all of the trades that I've been shaking out of the last couple of weeks, the 20 has always held up. And then the stock goes back and makes the move I'm looking for. So right at that point, I decided the 20 was going to be my stop. So if it started looking like it was going to trade over the 20, then I was going to take it off. And so I'm watching here, it's trying to claim the 9, and either it's claimed the 9 and it's trying to claim the VWAP now, or vice versa. They're all right there together. And so at this point, I'm down 111, 114 bucks. And you're at this point and you're looking at this pattern here. And you're like, man, it's making higher lows. It's making higher lows, it's making higher highs. This thing is going to break out. It's going to push the 20. Well, yeah, it looks like it. But is it a guarantee or is it a lock to do that? No. So what we have to do, even though we've got, excuse me, the emotions that we're going through based on, what we see here and us being down, some people, their max loss is $100. It hits 100, they click it, and that's it. But you have to be able to read the price action to see, is it running up to where it's going to pop it and keep running, and then you're down $200. This is not one of these tickers. Once it gets settled, it's not going to do that. You're going to have nice, smooth, emotion free, moves on this. Now, yeah, if a catalyst comes in and acts upon it is different. But there's nothing. So I felt pretty comfortable leaving it, watching and waiting for it to test that 20. So we get a wick up there to tap it. And I felt once it rejected that 20, we would get the rollover that we wanted. And that's, what I'm looking at now, or what I'm looking for now. And see, it's still down $81. The stock has just kind of slowed down a little bit. We've lost some volume from the open. So the trade is slowing down. The volatility isn't as great anymore. So it makes it easier to trade. See, now, excuse me, looks like it tried to tap the 20 and it failed it. It rejected it pretty hard. So now I'm starting to feel better about the trade. I'm back break even pretty much. So I'm feeling a little bit better about this. Okay, and then once you see this trade start to work, then you're gonna see me putting, getting ready to go and change my order to 3305, because once the trade starts working, that's what we want to do. And so you have to be okay with this. How many people, once they've gotten $48, would they have just clicked it? And now we went back to 15. And how many of you are just so terrified that you don't want to go back red again, that you would take $30, that you would take $25? It's like, it'll cover my commissions and then I'll have $10 or $15 left. That's the mentality that you can't have, and that's why you don't want to sit here and watch a P&L, because that will mess you up. It will cause you to make bad decisions, cause you to second guess yourself, and you end up in a bind. So right now you see me, I'm changing my order. I'm saying maybe I'll get get it at 33.25. And I was about to click it, and I was like, no. I'm not going to play that game, because all last week I could not get out with limit orders. So I changed it to a market order. And I said, I'm looking for it to get to 33.20. If it hits 33.20 and starts trading around that, I'm going to take it off, but I'm just going to mark it out. So I went from having a defined target of 33 to, I'm just going to move my price up to 33.25, and then I'm just going to mark it out. Went through that whole range of emotions, and it just affected my thought process. So now I decided, okay, under 20, if we get 20, that's great. That's good enough. I'm going to go ahead and take it off, because all of these emotions of being down, all of this, it didn't affect me so much that I clicked it as soon as I got $50. I still waited and allowed the trade to work, but I gave up about 13 cents or so, because no matter what, I would have taken it. You see, I marked it out. I got 33.18, I think is what it got filled at. And you can see it kind of hung around 20, but I'm looking back here. I'm like, look, there's 27, there's 28. When this 2022 gets taken out, the price is going to jump. So maybe I did make the right decision, and maybe this thing was going to continue to run. But as we know now, it did ended up fading a whole another dollar from where this was. It did recover here, and push back up a little bit, but it did turn back around. That's just the price action on this thing. But yeah, if I had a larger account, I would have split the cover, and I would have covered when I got out here, but then it would have given me more patience to let it work, because I would have already booked some profit. But right here, it's really letting us know that we've got the all right, here's my the order. It tells me I got out at 33.18. I got in at 33.60. So it just gives me an idea of where I was. But then you see here is falling, and we're gonna get 33.05 and then some. So I could have gotten out at 33.05 if I'd have just held it. I could have um, hit my target. But it's all because of the emotions that I went through being down over $100. I never would have known that. I never would have associated $100 with the chart I was looking at unless I was watching my P&L. So you don't want to have that up. Now I'll continue to keep it up, for demonstration purposes, but it affected me today. And you could see in my indecision in terms of trying to get out and where I'm going to put my order to get out and all that stuff. So, just wanted to demonstrate that. I hope, you got something out of this, and, hopefully we can go in and catch a couple reversals this afternoon so that I can kind of demonstrate that. And, we can go from there. But I hope everybody has a good day going forward, and everybody can stay green.